Now, during World War II, or right before World War II started, Gandhi writes a very interesting letter to Adolf Hitler. And this was written on August 23rd, 1939, where he calls Hitler his dear friend and as the only person who will be able to stop World War II. Now, that's not it. The premise of the letter was to basically ask Hitler to refrain from violence or stop the war, but it is his choice of words that is very appalling to me, Abhijit ji, because he says, he asks for his forgiveness in the end and says, I remain your sincere friend, MK Gandhi. Are these words measured accurately?
See, I think that one must not look at the words of individuals. One must look at their actions. Words are fine. Words are just tools. You can say all kinds of good things even to your enemies. Even when corresponding with your worst enemy, you can be polite and you can be gracious. So I have no issue with the words Gandhi used. But the problem is that what's interesting is Gandhi's views about Hitler and the Jews. So apart from this letter, Gandhi had exhorted the Jews to die if required, just the same way he exhorted the Hindus to die in the Malabar genocide and other things. Right. Give up your lives and don't resist. So Gandhi had the same opinions about the Jews. He exhorted the Jews in a separate letter or in some other writings to, if required, just die so that the oppressors can realize how wrong they are. Because all of you died, that's why they will eventually feel a sense of guilt and then they will realize that they were wrong. So Gandhi's entire philosophy was that of pacifism, of inaction, of passivity, and of defeatism. So that is the real issue I have. And the thing is, see, he was supposedly the leader of the Indians. He was shepherding India's freedom struggle, supposedly. Then my question is, why did he have to dabble in other world affairs? Was he some great world leader or something? Did he actually have any locus standi to write to Hitler or something? If he's the leader of the Indians, then why was he not concentrating on the freedom struggle of India? He was dabbling in affairs in the Second World War in Europe. He was writing to Hitler. I think he wrote to other people also. Yes. So it's as if, he had a lot of hobbies on the side, which took up more of his time than his actual supposed work of bringing India to freedom.
Right. It's very interesting that you mentioned Mopla riots. And you're right, Gandhi in a way carries this attitude of pacifism. But my concern is when it comes to the Mopla riots, he says he actually sympathizes with the Moplas. And without going into the details of it, did he actually whitewash Hindu genocide is what I want to ask you.
Gandhi never referred to the events as a genocide. He did not even refer to these events as massacres. And he was very clear that the Moplas have some sort of actual grievances. And I think it was portrayed as some form of a freedom struggle. So that's how Gandhi portrayed it. That's how the Congress Party portrayed it. And that's how later historians have also portrayed it. I think the Mopla terrorists, their descendants were being given pensions even until recently by the local government on the basis of the spurious claim that the people who did this genocide were actually freedom fighters. So these riots, these genocides, this entire genocide was portrayed in a way as part of the Indian freedom struggle, even though it was simply ethnic cleansing of Hindus. And Gandhi, I think he did not go on a fast when these things happened. We know that when certain kinds of violent incidents happened, he would go on a fast. And he would try and stop the aspirations or the political activities, other activities of Hindus, but he would never do it when the shoe was on the other foot, which it always almost exclusively was. So Gandhi did not go on a fast to try and stop the genocide of the Hindus in the Malabar region. And he tried to whitewash it. He even exhorted the Hindus to die if required, because that will eventually make the oppressors feel that they are doing something wrong. So it's the same pattern that you see throughout. Gandhi would always side with the oppressors. He would always side with those who were oppressing Indians, oppressing Hindus, and with the foreigners, and with the Moplas. That's what he would always do. That's his clear pattern throughout his life.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.